Greetings viewers and welcome to my channel. In our last session, my guest Khusro Sahib clarified that religion has nothing to do with what we are discussing. He also talked about Mr. Agha Hassan Abedi as a case study, mentioning about the unity of morale and material. For your convenience, links to the previous sessions appear in the description of this video. Now let's start with the new session. Khusro Sahab, we have talked about the problems. Now let us talk about the solutions. Can you throw some light on that?
Sure. Um, Before we talk about the solution, and we must understand that this is a very complex issue. It's a global issue. It's a worldwide issue. We have to try to understand uh, spirituality because the solution is spirituality. But if I just say the solution is spirituality, it will not mean anything. A human being is divided into three parts. There's the physical, and there's the mental. And the mental is divided into the psychological and the emotional. And then there's the spiritual. So the highest level of a human being is spirituality. Now, behind spirituality is creation. And behind creation is what we have called God. Now, maybe we can call God or Bhagwan or Yahweh or whatever name you want to give it. This is the power that has created the universe. So we must understand, it's not a question of understanding. We must accept that there is this power. And in order to solve any problem, we have to try to mobilize this power. Now, the one thing that this power has done, or the universe, and so I'm going to talk about God, and I'm going to talk about God as the universe. This is the evidence that we have. Otherwise, what God is the unknown and the invisible. We can't see Him, and we can't know Him with our mind. Maybe with our heart we can attempt to do this. So, what we see in the universe is that there's a very fine balance. Two things we see in the universe. One is that there is a very fine balance. And if you disturb the balance, then we cannot move towards the solution. And I'll get to the other point in a minute. But what has happened when we have defined the problem is that human beings have unbalanced the balance. So when you are talking, Alim, about the powerful and the powerless, and the rich and the poor, this is creating the imbalance.
So was universe designed to be like that?
The universe is not like that. It is we, human beings, who have created the imbalance. And because of this imbalance, we are seeing the results, whether we see it in the form of global warming or people being displaced or people suffering. So we have to redress this. We can't redress this by making laws. Laws are already there. We have made laws, but nobody follows those laws. Or certainly the people who are supposed to implement those powers, the powerful, oppose them. So if we, let us say, we have created the United Nations and all resolutions, at the same time the powerful have the authority to veto. So there can be the whole world on one side and 4 or 5 countries on the other side who will not implement the laws. So laws are not the solution. We have to resolve it through approaching spirituality, through mobilizing the balance by partnering with the universe. So this is what we have to understand. So the question is, how do you partner with the universe?
We can say that since God is unseen and unknown, this is a limitless area to explore.
No, you're right. That's a good point. We can only tackle this through acquiring knowledge because the knowledge is in the universe. And the people who are operating at the moment, the powerful, are operating with limited knowledge. Now, we have said before that the knowledge that we are operating with is 0.00004%, let's say. But if we acquire greater knowledge, then we can restore the balance. That is what we can fight the powerful with. And we can only do that by traveling into the unknown. So God is also infinity. Infinity, let us say, if total knowledge was infinity, then the knowledge that we have, and at the moment, one of the world's most renowned scientists, his name is Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he has said, our knowledge is 4%. Now he's a scientist, and he thinks we have 4% of infinity. And I would challenge him, and he would probably agree that it's an arbitrary number. It's much less than 4%. Because infinity is unending. So, in order to get more knowledge, we have to travel into the unknown. Does that begin to answer your question?
Yes. So the knowledge that we acquire has to be used for the benefit of humanity. So how should we proceed in search of solutions?
There are 4 solutions. Let us start with 4 parts. One is submission to God. 2 is giving. So when you talk about humanity, let me revise that. Number 2 is service to humanity. So you are absolutely right that we are not going to do it out of a selfish purpose. If we are going to be selfish, it's not going to work. Then we are working for ourselves. We are not working for our brothers and sisters. So number 1, submission to God. Number 2, service to humanity. Number 3, giving. Giving is part of the process of service. What we have, those people who have power or wealth or whatever it is, that is not for them to consume. It is to share. So giving means sharing. And if you want to understand what giving really means, the most excellent reading I can recommend to you is read Khalil Gibran. Khalil Gibran has run a masterful essay on giving. And the 4th is humility. So here are the 4 points. The solution comes from implementing these 4 points. Right. And we can add to them.
I think we should also add success to this list, defining the true meaning of it.
Let us make success the 5th point. I agree with you. Yeah. But success is not what we call success today. Today, what we call success is material wealth. You know, making lots of money, becoming millionaires, having 3 houses, a yacht, many cars, luxury cars, all of that is the sign of success. But that is for ourselves. That is consumption, So we have to redefine success. So I agree with you. Let us add the 5th point as success. So what I had started to talk about was submission to God. So we are retracing our steps and sort of saying, what is the solution? This is the solution. Now we have to, if we approach it this way, that is the vehicle on which we will travel into the unknown. So this is just a introduction. We will talk later about on each of these points.
Thank you very much, Khusro Sahab, for sharing your valuable thoughts with us. So viewers, we come to the end of this session of the series. I hope you liked it. If so, please like and share this video as much as possible. Please also subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you keep updated with the future uploads. I will encourage and appreciate your questions and comments on this video. Please write them in the comments box. You may also send your comments and questions by email. The email address is askkelly@alimakhtar.com. All this information is also mentioned in the description of this video. Till next time, have a wonderful and thoughtful time. Thank you.